Right, so this video is a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how to clean the ferrule of your brush. I did this as an experiment and it worked so well that I thought I'd record it and share. Now, I work mostly with synthetic brushes and acrylic medium, so I'll be using alcohol to help dissolve the paint. This will probably still work if you have oil paint still stuck in there just from the sheer friction, but you might have to help it a bit with turpentine. I'm not that familiar with oils, so I don't know how well that would work. And regardless of the medium, I'd try this with a brush you don't care that much about first because it can be hard doing this without ruining the bristles further if you're not really careful. So anyways, what you'll need is some soap. It can be bar soap or liquid soap, it doesn't matter. Some alcohol if you have acrylic stuck in there, a towel, a sewing pen, just one, some water, a smooth surface. I'm using just my glass palette. And I'm using this kind of spade looking sculpting tool that has a sharp point. But in a pinch, you could probably use your palette knife to do this. Right, so I've zoomed in here as far as I could and I put the emergency light so you can see more clearly, hopefully. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just soak this in some alcohol. What you want to do now is you want to get your pin and kind of poke it. What you're kind of doing is brushing the brush. So kind of poke it, and at first it's going to be really hard. Don't force it. You won't be able to poke along here, more here at first. It depends upon how much paint accumulated. Now you're starting to see that I'm poking near to the metal, and once you get there, for some brushes they're kind of thick in the middle, so you're gonna want to poke kind of inwards like that. There's some paint hiding there in the middle. Right, so once you've loosened it up a bit, you're gonna want to grab some soap. I'm just gonna get some from this, and then rub it against something. I wouldn't do it on the soap itself, because it kind of makes the bristles stick everywhere, and ruins them. I'm doing it on my glass palette, but anything that's really smooth will be fine. And for some brushes, if you do this kind of circular action, you can see that the bristles, sometimes they're pushed all the way here and you don't want that. So I recommend either going like this or going in kind of a C shape, or like this, back and forth, so you don't splay them too much. So basically we want to get to the muck that's gathering in the furrow without splaying it any further. And as you can see, it quickly starts to turn this black color. It's kind of grayish black. And this usually wouldn't happen if I were to clean it normally. If you want to know that you're just getting the paint from the furrow, you might want to clean it normally with some alcohol and soap beforehand. So you do this for a while, and now we can go back to the poking. Sometimes you need to add a drop or two of alcohol. And it's much softer this time around. You can see. If you're fearful about damaging the bristles, just go slowly. So here I'm digging in a bit, just go really slow. So if you go slowly, it gives the bristles time to part, so you can actually brush it instead of stabbing it. Now what I like to do is I like to grab this sculpting instrument that I talked about and kind of do the same thing, and very slowly in comparison. And you kind of want to like push it down and kind of stab it like this, very slowly, and you don't want to damage the bristles. And when you're going like this, you don't want to go too fast. The brushes, the bristles will curl up. Um, the the alcohol and the soap or water or anything really helps to prevent that, but it can still happen. You can see here at the bottom all this stuff that's coming out. So now we're gonna swirl it around some more. Now since I'm going in a circle here, but the bristles are, I'm not pushing them all the way down to the glass, so this is kind of what's happening. Um, if you do need to push the brush down, you want to do it very slowly. Again, if you do it slowly, nothing's going to happen. But especially for brushes like this one where you've got a dense area in the middle, so you want to slowly push it around. And you can do this very slowly. And now just keep going. That's just to kind of penetrate that area in the middle. And you can see this is getting really dark. Now I'm going to rinse this off and clean this area. And then I'm going to repeat this. Right, so now we're kind of back at the beginning. And I just repeat this again. I want to do it until the soap is coming out a very light gray. Oops, sorry. I'm going to do it with the pin first. And by this time you can see this is way softer. It should penetrate very nicely. And no, I'm kind of doing this. I'm not doing this. Because just I'm slowly switching from kind of going at an angle to going directly up and down. And that's because there's still some stiff areas. I want to be careful not to snag them. And you want to hold this up sometimes so that it's not pushing the bristles against the glass, and you're kind of just slicing through it. By the way, now after this cleaning, I'm being way more forceful, as you can see, because it's way softer there. Now the soap might just look the tiniest bit dark, both because of the light I have and because the soap is a bit dirty. But this is the brush is clean now, because it's not any. It's almost clear white from what I can see. Also, I'm gonna wash this again in water. You can see the ferrule is way cleaner. Here are the before and after pictures again, and you can see it's way cleaner. And also, before the paint in the ferrule was causing the bristles to lump kind of strangely. It didn't really affect this brush, but it might affect others. And then you can see that improved a bit after doing this. Anyways, I hope you found the video helpful and you managed to revive some of your brushes. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Otherwise, please consider subscribing or following me on any of my social media sites. I also have a website, and if you want to support me, check out my Patreon.